Tonight we're going to begin an examination of Measure 110. That's the ballot initiative that voters in Oregon approved in November of 2020. It basically decriminalized small amounts of hard drugs, from heroin to cocaine to oxycodone and a whole bunch more. Instead of criminal penalties, the law calls for treatment centers to be set up all over the state so that drug addiction could be treated as a health care issue, not a law enforcement issue. It sounded good, but cops say it's led to a huge increase in the amount of drugs on the streets of our towns and cities and an increase in crime. We are riding along with Sergeant Matt Ferguson, leader of the Special Intelligence Unit of the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. We're inside his undercover police vehicle. He's the leader of the Sheriff Department's Special Investigations Unit. He and his team have partnered with Portland Police to run surveillance on a motel in Northeast Portland.
It's been a constant source of complaints, ranging from assaults to prostitution to drug dealing. And drug dealing is the kind of what's driving the complaints there.
We're staying a few blocks away as the team works the parking lot.
That gold Honda in the lot behind Lake Burkeen, it'd probably be a good car to stop if it trips. White male driver.
A bit later, the team spotted and stopped a different car that they recognized from earlier drug activity nearby. Ferguson said it is obvious who belongs and who does not.
They're not associated with the hotel at all. And that's where we see some of the drug dealing happening, where we see like prostitution. So those are all kind of telltale things that we'll look for. And a lot of the hotels, like, they're trying to do their best to combat this, and they'll tell us, like, those people are trespassed, they're not allowed to be in our lot, you can't just hang out in here. And so I don't remember, I think that's the first plate they ran when we got in, and the plate didn't come back to any vehicle specifically. So what we'll see a lot of times is switch plates that don't belong to that vehicle, or they'll steal plates from a similar vehicle.
Back at the office, Ferguson is willing to show us drugs and guns seized recently in two separate cases. Those little blue pills are fentanyl.
And it's everywhere. It's everybody we contact. I have a couple of cases that are back-to-back cases we did this week, and in each case it's fentanyl possession and stolen handguns, and this is almost everything we do right now.
How much does Measure 110 have to do with it?
Measure 110 has everything to do with it.
Ferguson said because Measure 110 reduced possession for small amounts of drugs, including oxycodone, the drug business has flourished.
The fentanyl pills are counterfeit OxyContin pills. And by decriminalizing that, it's basically legitimized criminal organizations, and the drug possession, use, and sale is just rampant with very little consequences, and it's taken away our tools as police officers to sort of interdict that.
Reported drug offenses in Portland dropped from 880 the year before Measure 110 went into effect to 364 the year after. Police still do have some tools, and Ferguson was involved in a bust last June in which investigators found 500 fentanyl pills along with 44 firearms, 2 of which were machine guns, and 1,000 grams of methamphetamine. Oregon has long been a favorite distribution hub for drug cartels in Mexico, who seem to like the I-5 corridor. It's possible that the passage of Measure 110 came at the same time that cartels were increasing their distribution of fentanyl, making it easier for users and dealers in Oregon. 2 months ago, the DEA took down a ring of 12 people accused of importing counterfeit oxycodone pills containing fentanyl from Mexico to California, then Oregon. This is some of what they seized: 115,000 fentanyl pills, 41 pounds of meth, 57 pounds of heroin. Also in March, several agencies led by Homeland Security seized 150,000 fentanyl pills and 20 pounds of suspected bulk fentanyl. That's the largest single fentanyl seizure in Oregon history.
Fentanyl is a lot easier to produce. It's a lot easier to ship because heroin has a very distinct smell. It's expensive. It's hard to make. You have to get it here. Dogs will alert to it if you have a odor-seeking dog. It's just hard to get. Fentanyl is super easy. It's pill form. You can get thousands of them relatively easily. They sell for as little as $3 a pill, and heroin is as much as $100 a gram. So if I'm a user, which Portland has this massive user base, fentanyl's just the way to go. It's just a better business model for the cartel.
Later in the afternoon, during the stakeout, another car left that investigators wanted to stop as the main cars tried to catch the driver we tailed along.
This guy's not going to stop. He came here, he got his dope, and he left, so I don't think we're going to have a chance to stop him.
In the end, the driver got away. Ferguson and his team will watch for him another day. In the meantime, he wants you to know the streets are getting more dangerous.
We've seen more guns than we've ever seen in our investigations. Almost everybody is armed, and I think that's tantamount to what we're finding in our investigations is criminal organizations are robbing other criminal organizations. And that's kind of our big push right now, is trying to stop that gun violence and the drug violence that goes with it, because they are hand in hand. It's not one or the other. It's not related to the pandemic. It's not related to COVID. It's because we have a criminal environment that's tolerated and allowed to flourish here.
Now I know there are a lot of strong feelings on Measure 110. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Shoot me an email. Tell me whether you support it or not, or call and leave a voicemail. 503-226-5090.